As we know, our immune system fights hard to protect us from sickness and infections, so naturally, taking steps to ensure it stays healthy is vital for our overall well-being. How important is immunity in our overall health and well-being?
When you talk about health and well-being, I'm reminded of a column that I used to do called Rampage, R-A-M-P-A-G-E. And I had broken up that word, ramping age. The world knows that we put calcium in our bones, silver in our teeth, dye in our hair, and silicone you know where. However, the pandemic has taught us now that we did nothing for our immune system. What we did as children, pediatrics, when we took our vaccines to boost our immune system. But what did we do after that? And then there was this sudden rush in the pandemic. People wanted zinc, selenium, iron, all sorts of things. So there is an awareness that you need to have a robust immune system, because you don't have so many adult vaccines, and we all were clamoring for the COVID vaccine, but you can fortify your immune system. How much of iron can you have? And how much of zinc can you have? Are there other substances? Our forefathers who ate clean, healthy, fresh food without the modern preservatives, without the modern gimmicks. We all want to live well and hopefully longer, but we are finding that our immune system is not walking the space of our minds. So we need to polish, to push, and to fortify the immune system with the help of nutraceuticals.
Now, you mentioned our forefathers and how clean of a diet they had. Today, even if we are eating completely raw, plant-based fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, it's still impossible to stay away from pesticides, non-GMOs, non-organics. So doctors decide, do you think that nutraceuticals are essential in today's world, even if we are living a healthy lifestyle?
First, let me take a step back. And as Dr. Thakkar mentioned, what is immunity? I think that's something which is very important for us to understand. Because people talk of immunity and it's taken so, casually these days without understanding what's immunity. So if you look at it, I give an example many times that immunity is like your army. Immunity is like your armed forces, your navy, your air force. It's like your border security forces. Similarly, you have these similar immune system, your cells within the body, who are preventing the entry of these organisms, these microorganisms, whether we call them bacteria, we call them viruses or fungi.
I love that.
And that's where they are fortifying your body. They are preventing the entry and constantly fighting against these external aggressions. And that's where, if, as Dr. Thakkar mentioned very appropriately, you cannot build your army overnight. I cannot say that, oh, I have an enemy standing at my borders and now I'm going to recruit the people. I'm going to get my aircrafts. I'm going to get my naval ships.
That makes sense.
You need to fortify them over a period of time. You need to build every block which is there. And there are a lot of factors which goes into building these blocks. When you look at immunity, nutraceuticals is one part of it. Healthy lifestyle, healthy diet is a very important part. In fact, when you look at immunity, there are several factors which are actually affecting your immunity. So your sleep is a very, very important factor. And today, if you look at it, our sleep cycles have been altered because of the blue light that we are exposed to, the binge watching of your Netflixes and all your other, OTT platforms which are there.
Guilty.
Yeah, that's what is there. Then your diet which is there, which is very unhealthy. The fatty foods or the junk foods that you're eating at this point of time, that is affecting your immunity. The kind of lack of exercise which is happening today. There are groups of people, there are some who go very consciously, very religiously to the gym, but there is a part of the people who are supposed to be just not exercising at all. The other habits like smoking, drinking, which are there in an excess manner, are also impacting your immunity. At the same time, Dr. Thakkar would be very well aware of this, which he will put it in the perspective, is diabetes, which is so rampant today,
Especially in India.
is impacting your immunity. And that's where it's a combination of different factors. So as I said earlier, it's the lifestyle that you need to change. It's a wellness that you need to be taking care of it. So if we think that it's only nutraceuticals that you need to be looking at it, no. You need to look at a holistic part of it.
Now, I loved that army analogy you made. Now, it sounds like everything affects our immunity, our entire well-being, every activity that we do or don't do, every habit that we have or don't have. So what specific nutraceuticals can help us boost that immunity, Dr. Thakkar?
So I couldn't have put it better than him, what he did. That he clearly said that just popping a nutraceutical pill is not going to help you. This program is not to tell you that you don't exercise, don't eat well, don't sleep well, cut down on your tube time. All that put together with the ingestion of the right quantity. There are lots of ingredients with natural immune boosting: zinc, selenium, magnesium, iron, cod liver oil, omega-3 fatty acids. You know, cod liver oil gives you vitamin A, and along with vitamin D, cod liver oil gives you the other amino acids which are very important, and fatty acids which are very important. What about omega-3? Today people have become conscious that unsaturated fatty acids, low trans fat, these are important terms, because as he said, diabetes or hypertensive arterial disease are all as a result of abnormal chemical reactions within the arteries, within the organs. So if you take the right quantity and the right kind of cooking oil with proper omega-3 fatty acids, if you take supplements of cod liver oil, zinc, selenium regularly, then your chances of developing lifestyle diseases are less. This is not an insurance, but it is a reasonably good estimate. So immune building is not by vaccination alone, but is by a mega capsule. And this mega capsule contains exercise, sleep, diet, nutraceuticals, etc. Immunity is the way to go, and adults are realizing that adult vaccination is being revisited. Why do you take a flu shot every year? If you want to run for your flu shot every year, 12 months, if you take your immune nutraceutical in the right proportions with the right frequency, you will nurture a healthy immune system which is capable of building the right antibodies against external invasion.
And I think one more thing I would like to add, which was earlier also spoken of and you also alluded to it, is that these nutraceuticals or anything, whether it's lifestyle changes, needs to be on a sustained basis. If you expect that I do it today and tomorrow I'm going to get the results, it's not going to happen. So there has to be a sustenance towards all these things. So a sustainability or a sustenance of nutraceuticals, sustenance of lifestyle, exercise, having that healthy sleep habits is very important. Because what happens, and this is something, Dr. Thakkar, you would have noticed, that there used to be a consumption of these nutraceuticals to boost immunity during the pandemic. Once the pandemic is over, people have forgotten about it. So therefore, it's an exercise or it's a process which goes on for months, years. Your armies are not built within a day. Suddenly when there is a kind of an invasion, you are not going to fly people there or fly aircrafts there. If you have a, and that's also a detrimental thing for your external aggressors to come into your body. So when your immunity over a period of time is strengthened, that's the time when your bacteria, viruses are going to find it difficult to enter your body.
Thank you, doctors. So as we know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are our body's defensive armies. But it is nice to know that we have a solution to give them that little extra boost along the way.